My name is Benjamina. I'm currently a final year student here at the University of Manchester. I study archaeology, and during my time here, I've had, especially this year, I've had the opportunity to do some work with the museum, specifically looking at the Ghanaian collection for my dissertation this year. I was looking at the Akan gold weights, and I think also within the framework of the thematic collecting, the project I did is very important, and it gives us an opportunity to actually talk about migration within a museum context, something that I think is absolutely vital, especially in this time where we are discussing separation of the UK from the EU, we are discussing refugee crisis and free movement. So I think the museum is a sort of safe space to have these discussions. They are very emotive and very difficult discussions to have, and people are usually very want to be very politically correct when it comes to discussing refugee crisis or migration, and what does not necessarily benefit them within their comfort zone. So I think bringing that within a museum context is absolutely powerful, because it gives us the opportunity using material culture actually to explore these differences, and also through differences what bring us together. Here at the museum we have the gallery dedicated to the living cultures, and I think that is absolutely a critical space to have these conversations, because the mere fact that we have objects that do not belong to our culture in this space, that calls for discussion about how did the object get here, and what were the practices that made these objects change their setting. So it's very important. We live it daily. Migration is something that we are involved without consciously being aware, and transferring these topics to the everyday life and to the present, I think is very important, because it allows us to have not necessarily an easier conversation, but a conversation that can make people understand why it's important for people to be welcomed, and for us to facilitate, us on the sort of privileged side, to facilitate these conversations. So I definitely think this is something that we should do. It's also a way to help younger people, such as children, to integrate and to also be part of the conversation. And I think it's very important for everyone to get involved, because it does not necessarily affect us today, but it's something that we cannot escape from in the future.